Hello, my name is Scotty. I was once known as Alice Voodoo, but I decided to change my nickname. In today's video I'm going to give you some tips for killing healers. After all, it's a very common matchup in the current meta. I'll use the example of arenas, but this applies in any scenario. As an archer you will have three functions to perform: you will block the healer, you will kill the healer, or focus on another enemy that is with the healer. In the first encounter with the enemy you have to analyze which of these tactics you are going to use. Most of the defeats and tears when playing against healers are due to not knowing how to understand the matchup and making the wrong decision. So you have to analyze some points. Can my team do more damage than the enemy team? Can my team do more damage than the healer will use? Can my team do this without dying? Obviously, you won't always win and you may be with teammates who haven't seen this video yet. But this will definitely help a lot. Analyzing these points, let's move on to strategies. This one is simpler: you will focus on one enemy or the healer. Analyze if he is weak, if he takes a lot of damage, or if he is out of position. You have to decide this quickly by observing your team and the enemy's team. If it's 3-in-1, the guy dies or not. If the answer is no, or if the guys are good, you move on to the next strategy. Try to kill the healer. For this you will need to catch him isolated and make him spend his defenses without you spending all your damage potential. This is a very common mistake. You go there and spend all your skills, the healer heals and that's it. It didn't help at all. Here you need momentum to notice when he is without a bodyguard. Start by just giving basic attacks until he starts spending resources. If he throws the sacred soil at his own foot, you warn your companions immediately. If he raises his arm to heal you in response, only in response, use one of your resources: control, stagger, stun or knockdown, and continues with basic attacks. When you realize that he has no stamina and no defense resources, such as Ice Tomb, Riposte, etc., then you use your remaining resource to burst the guy. Stopping the healer is very similar to killing the healer, but you use this strategy when your team has the capacity to beat the enemy team in a 2v2 matchup, but does not have the capacity in a 3v3 situation because of the healer, or if it is a healer that is difficult to eliminate. In this case you will have to avoid direct conflict with other players. Ask your team to remain calm until you can get into position, and then start blocking the healer. You will do almost the same thing as when you try to kill him. The difference is that you will not spend all your resources. You will do an almost infinite cycle to constantly prevent the healer from healing his allies. Like in this example. And the last one is simple too. If you notice that the enemy team is separating, try to isolate a target and eliminate it at X1, outside the healer's area of action. This will put your team in a 3 versus 2 situation. Like in this example. By following these tips you will see that your life in PvP will improve a lot. These tips seem simple and obvious, but they require training and synchronization. Try to learn in my videos. This issue of momentum, positioning, dodging, precision. I didn't choose the plays just because they were beautiful, but also because they had a concept behind them. I hope you enjoyed. Leave your questions in the comments.